Hello and welcome to an honest walkthrough and review of Fever Dreams by Ari Mason. Ari Mason is a Grammy certified vocal soloist and viola da gamba player for film, television and video games. She created this library herself. She designed the UI herself, and essentially it's a big vocal sample library. There's lots of content to get through, but first, this does work within the free Kontakt player, which is good to know. Will set you back $150. That's the full price. Currently it's on an intro offer of $25 off, so you can get it for $125. Hopefully this video will give you an honest representation of what you would get with this. But as you can see there, it's broken down into calls of the wild, breaths and whispers, sustains and tremolos, chants and hums. You also have these really cool legato patches, which I'll be showing. But, well, and you can watch your own walkthrough there, 7.8 gigabytes. Now, let's jump into Kontakt Player. Love the UI, it's gorgeous. You can see source A on the left, source B on the right, just replicas, so you can have two sounds going on at once and then voice blend. Click this little button here and it gets you this lovely menu where you can see the breakdown of all the different patches that you have. It is just one thing that loads and you can do whatever you want here, or you can click this little snapshot button up here as well, and that will give you loads of different things as well, so bear that in mind. Now, one thing I will say about this library, it's a bit, you can tell some of it is pitch shifting. So they've recorded one sample, that you press another note, it's playing that sample but pitching it down. That's one thing I found with this library. Some of them just sound a little bit pitchy, as you will hear, but it does have some absolute gems, and I'm going to start with those gems. First, we're going to start a little bit backwards with the hums. Love this patch. Absolute gorgeous. It is one of my favorite patches. It's just the hums. They're absolutely gorgeous. Hum bars as well. It gets really fun and creative. Another patch I absolutely love is some of these legatos, if I can actually find them within the chants. So synthetic legatos. If I just pick one, chant one, pattern one, you'll see as you play, even if you click a note later, it continues from where the other one goes on, as you'll see. Almost worth it just for that. These patches here, absolutely love that. It makes it flow, makes it move forward so easily, and it has this, I can't remember the name of the song, but just this beautiful synthetic, like, organic feel to it. I'll show you another one of those. We'll skip slightly in. And you have plenty of these to play and mess around with. These I just can't help but play. You can get some absolutely gorgeous harmonies with that. And I really like what they've done with the panning as well. Really cool effect. But those are some of my favorites. You also have some really cool effects. A lot of these calls of the wild are like that, like clicking rhythms. So some really nice organic, and this is going to sound weird, but wet sounds. But you know what? I actually do quite like that. It does add an organic sense to your music. And this is a library I use a lot by Orchestral Tools. It's they recorded a load of trees and bushes being banged, but I love the organic nature that brings to pieces, and I feel this library brings that to music as well. Skipping down a bit, Spring Break Woo-ah. As I said, some of them are a bit on the questionable side, but you've got lots and lots of content. You've got monkey sounds as well, which is interesting to say the least. Not legato like the other ones, but this is what I'm talking about. They sound a little pitchy. Or pitch shifted, I should say. Right, next, I'll show you another monkey one before we move on. I'm glad I didn't start by showing you those ones. But nevertheless, they're there if it's something you want to use. Rainforest Ritual Minor Third. I feel like with a nice bass, this one would be really cool for some like house music. You know what I mean, like a didgeridoo underneath that. That'd be kind of cool. Right, breath and whispers. Lots of really cool and unique effects. Strobe lights. Is as much a percussion library as it is a vocal library, I feel, at some points. Whispers of love. I hope I still get monetized. Right, chant whispers. Really cool for like a horror track. I feel like just that underlaying chant whisper sort of effect. And you've got 3 different ones of those. You can turn down the intensity and add reverb. Decrease the speed as well. What's nice about the speed as well, it doesn't affect the sample as much as you think it does. It doesn't degrade it, I should say. So features stuff you can use actually on the screen. Right, let's go over to some sustains and tremolos. This is another one you can kind of hear the pitch shifting. Although really I should be putting that back onto 1. And as you can see down there, mod wheel and velocity sensitive, so you can pick which one controls the volume. Nice little feature there for both sides. Next, move through some more of these sounds. You've got vowel sounds, always nice to have with the vocal library. One that does need a bit of stereoization on it, I feel. Again, moving on through some more of these sounds. Look at some of the tremolos. You even have some meows. Kind of like that wobble on the top, but I don't know if everybody will like that. We've looked at some chants, honestly some of my favorites, and you've got some key switches as well done. So you can create some interesting rhythms, especially with your key switches, and you have all those patches as well over there. We've looked at some hums. Let's flick through some of these patches that they have made. We will go, I want to do another one of these chant ones just because I love them so much, but I do at the same time want to turn source B on and maybe put some hums on as well. I almost wish you could put reverb on one side and not the other. The reverb is an overall control as well as intensity. It might be nice to have those separated, but nevertheless. I feel it's very usable as well. And honestly, I can't stop raving about these synthetic chants. But overall, yes, something I can recommend. The price tag, a little on the high price. I realize it's not going to be for everybody, but this will give you a slight edge, I feel, against other people if you intend to use vocals within your pieces, as not everyone will have it, but there is a nice quality to it. You just have to be careful you don't go too high or too low, especially those that they've pitched it up and pitched it down. But overall, what do you think of this library? Is it something you see yourself buying? What sort of music would you compose with this? Let me know down in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.